All right. Welcome in. Okay, there. So, we have LSS today. Here, day 25. We have every boost unlocked from all the improvements here to all the event mutations. And we have pretty much maxed out, so pretty much now we're just the time to just, and I'm back home, so yeah. A swamp here. Been a while since I'm back home with my desktop here. It takes a bit of a while for this thing to get, probably get used to it again. Probably just gotta like get all the game's assets into my RAM here. And one thing is like, I think for like the spin-off known as Warden, we have the release date, I think, finally released. So Swamp Grotto. Stanley side. So probably what I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna do a bit of stuff here. Probably have this thing like pretty much set for me to go. Just trolling. Seems like this Scotchy is just taking every corrupt carcass into the Ardor Shrine, maybe. Grand Tree. Nestle. We have like a couple people talking with the quick chat thing, which basically just allows us to quickly chat with like automatically approved terms or so that. Help. Many of the people that are chatting are just using the quick words thing on Roblox, so I could be in a server that's like pretty much out of my age range, but Alatula. I wonder if it's Stanley's side because they sent me a pack invite like probably like 7 minutes, probably like I mean like a couple minutes earlier, probably like 4 minutes ago. The Magrops is there. Okay. Wait, corrupt NPC over here. I do memorize these icons, but usually for events, I only like memorize a couple of like the event icons, and then like I like usually keep them as like low priority as I. Oh, there's another NPC over here. And this paw print just means like yeah, we have like corrupted creatures like Hygos, which we will have like all these like corrupt creatures in the new Warden game that's coming out soon, which probably maybe like once I do some stuff, maybe like. So probably soon, I'm probably maybe just gonna go. And like this event is a bit laggy, but and like I'm running on like an average of like 20 to 30 FPS mainly, and like many people, especially people who are probably gonna like play like Grand Theft Auto 6 when it releases, because it's pretty much gonna be like pretty much the consoles are pretty much currently said like they can't even handle like even 60 FPS, so they're gonna lock it around like 30 FPS. Stuff here like Anacantos. But one thing we have is the new Warden game. Like, we have the premiere here, which Oh my god. Checking it out, like... They have set it to release on... Well... July 16th. So we have 10 days until it'll drop. What's July 16th? Oh, that's a Thursday. But since I'm kind of going in a bit of lag or something, I'm probably just gonna do some of this here. So yeah, we have, and I'm even lagging a bit, even in the menu, which is absolutely insane. I hope they optimize Warden well, cause I don't want to be like fighting dungeon creatures at like 15 FPS. I enter here. I have this here, which I can quickly enter in, but... Here. And I guess I'll do desert next. And here I'm in a private server because of lag issues, because my desktop is absolutely kind of horrid. Like, my desktop's, like, performance in this game is absolute horrid. Especially since, like, the game usually gets... they just usually add a lot more things in. Boom. Like, one of the easiest regions to get, like, a lot of points off is probably inside of mountains, because there's, like, a lot of corrupted NPC spawns inside of mountains. You know, there's, like, here's a corrupt shroom pile. There's, like, an corrupt NPC spawn over here. And, like... corrupt shroom pile selected. Well, one thing I might maybe change on doing is, like... might have to change to my laptop, mainly just for these live streams, just so I can play a lot better. Well, we pretty much have, like, Desert at 12%, Jungle at 14%. And this is, like, only after, like, 80 minutes, so... And then, like, once one of the corrupted regions go, other players would start going to the other corrupted regions and start doing those as well. Head off to donate this corrupt spore. While I just do this, just get rid of my frostbite, because you do get this thing, like, pretty much automatically, depending, like, get 5 of it, like, pretty much, like, every time winter starts or something, like, so it can be a bit... Here. Stamina regen only regens by like 8 stamina per tick or so. Corrupt SMN. Completed corrupted cleanup. Oasis. No, I'm gonna think I'm good with desert. So I'm now gonna head up and head over to jungle. Oh, what's up? Heavily here. Thanks for the follow. It's been a while since I've been in here. Yeah. Let me see. I'm back here. Well, you've been last year's, like, June 13th. I mean, yeah, June 13th. That's what I usually, like, if I haven't seen someone in a while, I would usually just check message history, and then I'll check, like, for a date. And that's how I usually tell, like, on this channel, like, I can see your chat history and, like, the dates you sent it. So, like, I could do that, and, like, and that would, like, tell me if someone, like, came back after, like, a month, like a few days, a month, maybe even, like, probably, like, maybe, like, half a year, maybe. Oh, you had a good 4th of July weekend. Anyway, soon I'm like, I plan to do 4th of July, just seemed like any other really except fireworks. Well, this 4th of July was like really one of the biggest like 4th of Julys we ever had, since it's like literally 250th anniversary of America. It basically means like it was like 250 years ago, like we had like the Declaration of Independence and stuff that led up to America getting its independence from Great Britain. It's just mainly a day to celebrate our independence as Americans. And like pretty much for 4th of July weekend, people still launch fireworks even like a few days before and a few days after 4th of July weekend. But like in like most areas, if you want to like launch fireworks, well, you have stuff like permits and stuff. You have to take like many lessons just so that you use like the fireworks responsibly. And like apart from stuff outside of like my home state of New Jersey, like around Washington D.C., there was like some massive flyover with like which was pretty cool. I donate this and then drink a bit of water, because this thing needs to get a bit of water in. So I'll go around here. Corrupted NPC should start spawning again, I assume. Yeah, I got like the corrupted SMN. Yeah, there's like a couple corrupt creatures that try to head towards you because like they're programmed to do that. But we'll see these guys again in the new spin-off Warden, which they released the release date today at like 1, and the release date has been set to be July 16th. And also with that, I'll probably also maybe add like a permanent style stream on Wednesday for Warden, maybe. Uh, trying to get every warden or one. Well, it's just the game. It's just called Warden. I own all the species in the base game here. And like one day it was like I had found like normophobic in like my server, so I kind of had a bit of a friendly conversation with him. Like I've been talking about like some stuff like, and one thing is like when I told like him a question like if we're gonna have like some of our progress from the base game like come over to the spinoff, like it's told me it's gonna be an entirely new game. And it's going to be July 16th. So I have like my schedule mainly just for base cost, but I will also add Thursday, July 16th as for me to like get my first impressions on Warden, see how fun it actually is, and give my main positive thoughts about it. So it's by cost devs, yeah. It's made by Sonar, which, yeah, it's gonna be... I think, like, many of the developers from, like, this game also kind of helped create it, and probably also a bit of other Sonar devs, maybe, such as people from, like, Dragon Adventures or Horse Life developers, maybe. They probably are producing this, probably helping with production. Okay, just gonna do some stuff there. Just updating my schedule a bit, just so like I can say that I had a stream on 16th around 4, just for me to play the spin-off Warden. Since that day is gonna be off LSS or so, like because LSS is ending at this Friday. And also on Thursday, I'm gonna do the good old shopping spree with all the corrupt shrooms I have gathered throughout all of these live streams I have done. And I think I am completely good with jungle stuff. It is gonna be by the cost devs, and also many people, like... I kind of did not, like, apply for moderator at Warden, but I could maybe try and apply next time they come, maybe. I try to get Angelic and knock some Venom before it ends. Well, one thing is, like, just do this here. So how many corrupt shrooms do you have? But, like, one thing is, like, if you're not in time, you could probably get, like, a lot of voids. Wait for those to, like, maybe appreciate. You can sell those off, and then you can, like, buy Angelic and Noxu with the mush you gained. It's not something like Novus where you can't spot murder, not like 100. Well, make sure you do all these regions and stuff, like... Make sure you do all these regions. Noxian Venom's like 1.5k, Angelic is like 2.5k, so if if you complete like at least like get a good bit of corrupt shrooms every time or so, like you could possibly maybe get Angelic and possibly maybe even Noxian Venom too. Yeah. And of course, it's Blue Moon, so I deal a lot less damage to these, while they deal the exact same to me. A bit unfair. So, and there's also a cool new bit of new playable characters, along with some stuff like Milo or something, or like a funny version of Galarin we can be inside of Warden and stuff. Also, like, we can even be finally, in this game's, like, 6. We'll finally have an opportunity to play with Jerry. Like, Jerry's just been, like, that one person that just talks to you about stuff. Like, we have Jerry here just telling me just... Then we have Milo and Mabel, too. And all this here. Also, I advise you also try and get all the corrupt shroom piles, because they do give a good bit, too. I think, like, each pile gives around 60 or something. And there, you can probably, like, be able to barely get Angelic and Noxu. And one thing is, like, the values of these also increase a lot. And also, yeah, I have, like, many cool plushies coming in, like, but one thing it's been stressful for me was just trying to keep my finances up just because of... with Desert corrupt NPCs. I am good with Desert, with... Okay? I think I could also double check my corrupt shrooms by, like, looking at this. 4 out of 4, 4 out of 4, 4 out of 4. Okay, I'm good. But one thing here is I'm going to take a bit of a minute ad break, and then I'll move on to trying Glotel, Ryan, Brocork, and Hardcore. So I'll see you in the next minute. Okay, I'm back, and I'm gonna head in. Yeah, I'll just change the title, and yeah. Yeah, I will pull out this here, cause think I gave around 4 to 5 attempts, so I'll just set at 25. Just because, like, my OBSs between my laptop and desktop do not mirror each other. And I usually use Octochroma and Eric's. Just know I usually have a policy to like where I would like if I die unintentionally, maybe just because I probably got too risky or something, like I play minute 30 ads just to get the timer thing done, but so I kind of figured out like I can use that as a source of a slight income. But soon I plan to like actually get an actual job and catch up with all the merch plushies they've been adding. One thing I usually do is just stay around here, just so I can quickly get another attempt in. Especially in hardcore, this thing like takes you down a bit faster, so I can quickly do claim and retry, restart, while keeping the mutation, spend the 50 much for that, and then alright. Petrified tree. Also, one thing is like you also do get like the multiplier just for because since like Desert's corrupted and there, it just gives me like only 3. Like some regions across hardcore and aquatic do have shared missions. It's a big drought. There. He's here. Like 80% of my HP. Wow. Anyways, just trying to get Glowtail on this thing. Like, this thing is very fast, man. I kind of grew up, like, playing this game as this thing, and then, like, now, like, where I am with Hollow and stuff. one thing is I do know I run the risk of getting Gilded Mutation too by doing this, but it's kind of a bit rare, I guess. We got a couple of stuff here, like we got Juice the Rock over here. Nope. My rest of the plans is probably get around to like maybe 50 attempts, and then I can probably just end it off or something. Feels like talking about like proposals and stuff. Someone talking about that they got like mob nest. Wait, what? How many? Oh my. We have like 9 people nested. 9 nesters. Oh, VGR. Alright. And I'm probably gonna go switch servers now. I have a couple of guys that are in hardcore, but sometimes they just randomly take me to somewhere like main realm, even trade. Okay, this one seems to be taking me to hardcore. Okay, this is hardcore. All right, nice. Also, plushies do actually save on your slot, so this does mean I no longer have to like do extra clicks just to reapply Octochroma and Eric's. That dragon. You got like more average nesting, like around 3, that's like around average. Tornadoes here and stuff. We also have this thing in the foreground. This thing is a healing by Glowtail. Which I'm trying to get another Glowtail on here. Oh my. Ah. This sucks, man. Oh, that really sucks, man. The game would just do that, just Rick Ashley me a lot. I'm just gonna fly up pretty high saying mutation spinner thing Rick Ashley'd me. While just diving down at like this. And, like, yeah, it's a lot of speed. Especially with like violent winds, like overgrown spikes. So I guess I'll go Defy here, which what this thing do is like if I do get a mutation or trait, it would just say trait and then like the trait name and then mutation or mutation and a mutation name. Or just would say nothing, which means I didn't get any crap. Ari? Weep, weep, weep. Some people also proposed in like game discussion for like a quick restart button, like so I could like quickly restart without having to go to the menu and stuff. But one thing is like they did add a quick revive, which means like, like many people like when that released, many people are like criticizing it mainly just because they basically made the lives of revive spammers so much easier. They can just basically just every time they die a thing, they could just revive and then like them along with like an army of like other creatures, they'll just all jump you. Hi, Goose. There's also a bit of these here too. And then, like, once I get Glowtail, I'm just gonna partial growth this thing just to not get Glimmer on it accidentally, and... yeah, there's, like, a good bit of creatures that I've got. Also, on Hardcore, it's like, you have 24/7 access to stuff such as Corrupt Creatures and Corrupt Groves, if you want to. So, like, if all the regions in Main Realm are cleansed, you can just go to Hardcore and just continue doing stuff, but the payout isn't really that good. Like, for Corrupt Groves, well... they only pay you around 1 to 3 corrupt shrooms. While, like, some stuff, like... and I think, like... the... NPCs... see, there's, like, NPCs everywhere. Like, there's a corrupt NPC up here. And I do have a pretty quick bite cooldown on this thing, but... but with, like, me aging up, it's... like, with that... I didn't even get a notification, so I don't think I even got any corrupt shrooms. That's mean. The berries up here. Aw. It's instant death. It's instant GG's if I enter that fly trap. I'm dead. I'm not. How did I live that, man? oh my. I'm literally just wondering how my bird is still breathing. And of course I didn't get any, but since I'm like this low... Alright. Server swap coming in soon. I'll head over to this server here. So here I am in this hardcore server. There's some stuff like here, like you can't even like eat while flying, while hummingbirds can basically just gather nectar while just flying in one place. Second to last. There you got someone asking for Forger, which in hardcore, like, Forger is kind of like pretty much a popular role, like, in this event, like, mainly just for depositing the corrupt spores into a volcano, but... That set is not guaranteed for... As long as you're nested, you should get to if you don't get baby killed by an Ares. Got the elemental plushie. Like, elemental mute is not bad. Well, to be honest, like, I once got elemental on this on a quirk and on the wiki. Elemental, I think, just adds the elemental mutation into the pool. So I got like around 12 more attempts. Overgrown spires, landmark discovered. You know, I feel like one thing I should also do is, like, to cut my losses, just take all the carcasses and donate them to Shadow Shrine. Because, like, if these attempts add up, like, I can, like, help myself by just getting something like a Canatos or something. Like, I can just get a Canatos to sell. I can make, like, I can get, like, an Canatos to sell. At trade. Just shows, like, my skull in there, cause, yay. Being an overgrind sanguineness. Why are people calling Noxamenon an oversized penguin? What? One more attempt in this server, then I'll go. Like, I can just gather stuff like Acanatos. One thing I like to do is I like to gather them, like, maybe around, like, once I get, Oop. Nah. Weep, weep, weep. And one thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead into, like, the hardcore something, and I wonder if this would randomize, like, a hardcore server with RoPro, I think. Of this brand? Well, I'll enter this server, I guess. Here you go. So I guess I'm in this server now. But let's continue these attempts. And get Glowtail. Tiny opening parentheses. Hopefully closing parentheses. And like the first GT, that took like around 160 attempts, so... No, I'll just do this. I usually buy cans at like around 10 grand or so. That's my usual like exchange rate that I go for a kind of toast. And like for Canatos, I typically sell those around trade for like around 85,000 or so, which means like my most potential profit is around 75,000. Why does it think I'm like standing in lava there? Just kind of broken game. Literally broken game. Broken game. Okay, now I can just take the lava bath. I changed specs, no way. I'm just gonna ask, you got GT? You got something like, you got commute? I just saw Mafioso Clovely as my Mafioso Clovely. Oh my. Oh, we're getting Mafioso mentioned in here. At least I'm not in debt. I'm just doing this because I'm joking because, like, Mafioso is kind of just known as kind of like a debt collector. Failed attempt because game is trying to squeeze money out of me and just... Let's see, Clovely's around. They're such a cute critter. Since I don't have any friends here that are playing this in this server, I'm just being sent into. And one thing is, like, I am quite fast at this thing. I can quickly grab this and donate it to the Shadow Shrine. Now it's time to head in. I kind of wondered if that Noxum Venom was noticed in me, just... A debt collector. Well, I got, like, some stuff is like, I have a bank account, and I gotta, like, pay all my debts to the bank. Like, especially, like... Wait, there's... Skull? Get me out, man. Ah. Gonna be my last attempt in this server. What's the lecture I'm doing? You know what? Here we go. I'm gonna do the last set in, like, a pretty crowded hardcore. So here we go. Heading into the server here, like... To position in line. Position in line 1. Joining server. So, like, in these really crowded servers, I expect there's probably maybe a lot of people here. Next year, like, a couple. We have a untradeable warden there. And usually with these really crowded servers, I expect there to be clans. There's like a lot of NYX people in here. There's like only 11 in the server, like this one here. It's actually one of my friends, but they're just in a separate hardcore realm server, so they're not in. There. Migration has changed to Valley of Thorns. There's 6 here. Here's a big cabo that just spawned there. One thing is, like, with Record, I'm like absolutely fast, so I can just easily outrun opponents. There's 7. Oh my god, it's flooding. And did that aggressive Korra just spawn right on top of me? There. Here I have to like do this like hold Q and then like you hold Q to be able to extend up quicker. Hello, Clans of the Pack HC server. The purple flag guy you're talking about. No, this is last attempt, so it can go really cool or it will have to be moved on in another day. You have to like and that is 50 attempts here. So we went through 25 attempts today, 50 total attempts, 25 attempts before, and no luck, because game's trying to push me to yeet all my Robux on this, which I'm not gonna. Alright, I guess one thing is I'll end it off here. Thanks for the follow. What's the blue? A 7 though? What's up? Hey. Hey. What's up? So, hope you're having a good day. Who's next? Yeah. Like, this is actually my main slot here. It's Twitch Trophy, and I'm like stacked with stats on this thing. You can see how stacked the stats are. Yeah. Some major stats I wanna. Alright. I have like 1.5k death point, 6 days, 5 hours played. Practically 17.9 million studs traveled, 1,180 missions completed, 16,373 water consumed. I'm just gonna head this way, just 6 days. Yeah, 6 real days. Wow. 136 disaster survived, 75 tokens collected, 14,239 Food consumed, 590 days survived. For combat, 726 PvP kills. 220, like 2 million, 2.25 million damage dealt. 611,000 damage received. 14 revives, 11 logs. Which I'll just do a bit of math here. I'm just combining logs and revives as L's or so. So that's like 726 probably active. Dude, I survived for 2 hours if I have a lot of luck. Well, one thing is like with this slot, many people could be a bit terrified of me because of how well I play. So that's like around 1225 L's. So leaving my KD down to like around 29.04 like kills before I log or revive. So like around 1:29 KD ratio. So like around 29:1 KD or so. Which is quite insane. Like, that means on average I'd get around 30 kills, like 29 kills before I have to take an L. and like hopefully I have like a video that helps a lot of players how to survive, but one thing is like I'm kind of just ending off here, but one thing is if you want to maybe meet with me, sorry if I don't write correctly, I'm Italian. Alright. The one thing is like I'm mainly gonna have to end stream soon, but I'll meet you guys again like around hopefully at 3:45 p.m. tomorrow. Like 3:50 p.m. tomorrow, like Eastern Standard Time. And that would for me to be talking about the update plan, see what's coming up, and I usually do a raid usually at the end of streams just to spread love to other content creators. I guess I'll go pay the West Coast a visit here. I hope you have a great day or night, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. And bye.